Your presence is a mirror, and most people are terrified of their own reflection. Have you ever felt misunderstood, like your efforts are invisible, or that your true self just doesn't quite fit in? Do you sometimes wonder why certain people seem to recoil from your genuine passion, or why superficiality leaves you feeling hollow? What if these challenges aren't signs of something wrong with you, but rather proof of a hidden strength, an undeniable force within? One of the most challenging things when you're on the path of self-discovery is to recognize that sometimes your light, your very essence, can be too radiant for those around you. Carl Jung, a profound explorer of the human psyche, once mused, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." This transformation, however, is not always easy, nor is it always harmonious. For some, the sheer potency of another's being can be overwhelming, disorienting, even intimidating. This isn't about arrogance, it's about resonance, about the subtle energy fields we project and how they interact with the world. Think of it like this. You've been working tirelessly on yourself, delving into your shadows, honing your strengths, forging your character in the fires of experience. You've sought knowledge, embraced discomfort, and dared to stand tall in your truth. And in doing so, you've inadvertently amplified your own vibrational frequency. This isn't about some mystical force, but rather the cumulative effect of a focused, disciplined, and purposeful existence. When your inner world is ordered, when your convictions are solid, and when your actions align with your deepest values, you emanate an undeniable strength. This strength, this powerful aura, as we might call it, isn't a boast. It's a consequence. Now, for many young men navigating the complexities of modern life, this can manifest in ways that are often misunderstood. You might find yourself in situations where people just don't get you, where your intensity is misread as aggression or your quiet confidence as aloofness. This is not a flaw in you, but rather a reflection of the varying levels of inner work and self-awareness present in the world. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. The adornment here is not superficial. It's the outward manifestation of your inward cultivation. When you truly know yourself, when you have clarity of purpose, that knowledge radiates. Consider a young man, let's call him Alex, who has dedicated himself to mastering a complex skill, perhaps coding or martial arts. He spends countless hours practicing, learning, and pushing his limits. His discipline is unwavering, his focus singular. When he enters a room, even if he says nothing, there's a certain gravitas about him. He carries the weight of his effort, the silent testament of his commitment. Others might perceive this as intimidating, not because he is trying to be, but because his very presence highlights their own lack of similar dedication. This is not about being better. It's about the tangible difference that sustained effort creates. This idea echoes through the annals of ancient wisdom. Think of Plato's allegory of the cave, where those who have seen the light struggle to communicate its reality to those still chained in the darkness. The powerful aura can be akin to that light, a truth, a perspective, a way of being that challenges the comfortable illusions of others. It forces them to confront what they might be avoiding within themselves. This is why sometimes your mere presence can disrupt the equilibrium of those who prefer to remain in a state of unexamined existence. The ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus famously declared, "Character is destiny." And indeed, your aura, this invisible yet palpable emanation, is a direct consequence of the character you forge. It is the culmination of your choices, your struggles, your triumphs, and your unwavering commitment to growth. When you choose discipline over indulgence, courage over fear, and truth over convenience, you are not just building a better life for yourself, you are also refining your very being, making it more potent, more resonant. This potency can be disarming to those who have not made similar choices. They may feel the implicit challenge in your presence, a silent call to introspection that they are not ready to answer. This phenomenon isn't new. Throughout history, individuals of great influence and profound self-mastery have often found themselves isolated, not because they sought it, but because their vision, their energy, and their truth were simply too vast for the prevailing consciousness. The artist who sees beauty where others see only mundane, the scientist who envisions breakthroughs where others see only obstacles, the leader who inspires change where others cling to the status quo. They all share a common thread, an aura of power born from deep conviction and relentless pursuit of their truth. This power is not about control over others, but control over self, and that self-mastery inevitably projects outward. For you, as young men striving for greatness, understanding this is crucial. It's not about dimming your light to make others comfortable. It's about recognizing that your journey of self-actualization might naturally set you apart. Embrace this distinction, for it is a sign that you are indeed evolving, that you are becoming more fully who you are meant to be. Don't let the discomfort of others become your own burden. Your purpose is not to shrink, but to expand. And as you expand, the world around you will inevitably react. Some will be drawn to your light, some will recoil, and some will simply watch from a distance, perhaps even with a touch of envy or awe. Your task is to remain steadfast in your path, to continue cultivating that inner power, regardless of the external reception. One of the first signs that your aura might be too powerful for most people, according to the depths of Jungian thought, is an inexplicable sense of isolation or being misunderstood. You might find yourself in conversations where your genuine intentions are misconstrued, or your deep thoughts are met with blank stares. It's not that you're speaking a foreign language, it's that the frequency of your communication, born from a more profound internal landscape, doesn't resonate with those who operate on a different wavelength. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a champion of self-reliance, eloquently stated, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." This something else often includes being less intense, less driven, less authentic, simply to fit in. But for those with a potent aura, conforming feels like a betrayal of the self. Imagine a young man, let's call him Ben, who possesses an unshakable moral compass. He sees injustice and speaks up, not out of aggression, but from a deep-seated conviction that things should be right. In a group where cynicism is the norm, his idealism might be seen as naive or even confrontational. He might find himself standing alone, simply because his principles are too stark, too uncompromising for the comfort of others. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a testament to the strength of his internal framework. His aura, in this instance, is powerful because it's untainted by compromise. It's a beacon of what is possible, and that can be a challenging light for those accustomed to darkness. Another key indicator is the way people react to your directness or your truthfulness. When your aura is powerful, you tend to cut through superficiality. You don't tolerate small talk for long, and you prefer honest, meaningful interactions. This can make people uncomfortable. The Socratic method, for example, is famous for its relentless pursuit of truth through questioning, often leaving interlocutors exposed and uncomfortable. Socrates himself, whose relentless pursuit of wisdom alienated many, was ultimately condemned for challenging the established order. His aura, born of intellectual rigor and unyielding integrity, was simply too much for the complacent Athenian society. As he famously declared, "The unexamined life is not worth living." When you live an examined life, when you consistently seek truth in depth, you project an energy that demands the same from others, and many are simply not prepared to meet that demand. Consider a young man, perhaps like yourself, who values honesty above all else. When confronted with hypocrisy or pretense, your natural inclination is to speak your truth, even if it's difficult. You might say, "Look, I think we need to be honest about this. This plan isn't going to work because X, Y, and Z." While this is a constructive approach, some might perceive your directness as bluntness or even aggression. Their comfort zone is disrupted by your clarity. This isn't a flaw in your communication. It's a reflection of the strength of your internal commitment to reality. Your powerful aura insists on authenticity, and not everyone is ready to live in a world stripped of its comfortable illusions. A third sign is that you often feel drained after prolonged social interactions, especially with large groups. Your powerful aura, by its very nature, is constantly processing and reflecting energy. When you are around people who are living on lower frequencies, perhaps those who are stuck in negativity, gossip, or superficial concerns, your system works harder to maintain its own vibrational integrity. It's like a high-performance engine trying to run on low-grade fuel. The existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, in his exploration of human consciousness, spoke of the other as a constant threat to one's subjective freedom, implying that our interactions with others can indeed limit or define us if we are not strong enough in ourselves. For someone with a powerful aura, this draining effect is not about weakness, but about the sheer effort required to maintain internal coherence amidst external discord. Think of a young man, say Michael, who is deeply introspective and values meaningful conversations. He might attend a party and initially engage, but as the night progresses and the chatter becomes more superficial, he feels his energy steadily deplete. He's not antisocial, he's simply wired differently. His powerful aura seeks connection and depth, and when that's absent, the interaction becomes energetically taxing. This isn't about avoiding people, it's about discerning where your energy is best invested. It's about recognizing that not every environment is conducive to your growth, and not every interaction will uplift you. Learning to preserve your energy, to retreat and recharge, is a crucial act of self-preservation for those with a powerful aura. These feelings of isolation, the discomfort your directness creates, and the energetic drain from certain social interactions are not curses. They are, in fact, subtle affirmations of your strength, your unique frequency. They are signs that you are operating at a level of consciousness that is perhaps ahead of the curve for many around you. And in this realization lies immense power and freedom. It gives you permission to be authentically yourself, to seek out environments and individuals who do resonate with you, and to stop trying to force connections where none truly exist. This path of self-discovery, while sometimes solitary, is ultimately the most rewarding. This powerful aura we speak of, this energetic signature of your cultivated self, often manifests in subtle yet profound ways. One of the first signs you might notice, a truly undeniable indicator, is that your presence can make others unconsciously self-reflect. It's not that you're actively judging them, but your commitment to your own growth acts as a mirror, reflecting their own unaddressed aspects, their unfulfilled potentials. The French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, in his exploration of existentialism, spoke of the look of the other, how their gaze can make us aware of our own being, our own freedom, and thus our own responsibility. Your powerful aura, in a sense, is a perpetual look that invites this kind of internal reckoning. Imagine you're in a group of friends and you've recently adopted a rigorous fitness routine or a new intellectual pursuit. You're feeling energized, focused, and purposeful. Without saying a word about it, you might observe a shift in the dynamics. Some friends might suddenly feel inspired to begin their own fitness journeys or pick up a book. Others, however, might become defensive, even critical, perhaps making light of your efforts or attempting to distract you. This isn't malice on their part. It's the unconscious reaction to your radiating discipline. Your commitment to excellence subtly exposes their own comfort with mediocrity, and that can be unsettling. Another sign deeply connected to this is that some people will feel inexplicably intimidated by you. This isn't because you're trying to be intimidating, but because your authenticity and self-possession are perceived as a challenge to their own carefully constructed facades. The Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, a pioneer of existential thought, spoke of the dread that arises when confronted with true freedom, both one's own and that of others. Your powerful aura, born from embracing your own freedom and responsibility, can evoke a similar sense of dread in those who cling to predetermined roles or societal expectations. They might unconsciously sense the deep well of your self-reliance and feel a sudden vulnerability in their own dependence on external validation. For a young man finding his footing in the world, this can be particularly bewildering. You might simply be pursuing your passions with unwavering dedication and suddenly find certain individuals backing away or even resorting to passive aggression. This is not a cue to diminish yourself. Instead, it's an affirmation of the strength you've built. As the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely counseled, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your strength in this context lies in maintaining your inner equilibrium and purpose, regardless of the discomfort it might stir in others. A third manifestation of your powerful aura is that superficial conversations and trivial pursuits will lose their appeal for you. You'll find yourself less interested in gossip, fleeting trends, or discussions that lack depth and substance. Your mind, now attuned to deeper questions and more meaningful engagements, will naturally gravitate towards what truly nourishes your soul and intellect. The ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius, in his teachings on character and conduct, emphasized the importance of aligning oneself with the Tao, the natural way of the universe, in seeking wisdom. When you are aligned with your deeper purpose, the trivialities of the world simply fade into the background. Consider a young man who has spent time rigorously studying history, philosophy, or a complex scientific field. He's developed a keen sense of perspective, a thirst for knowledge, and an appreciation for the profound. When he engages in conversations, he naturally seeks depth and insight. He might find that many social interactions revolve around fleeting topics, celebrity gossip, or superficial complaints. He won't be rude, but he'll subtly disengage or attempt to steer the conversation towards something more stimulating. This isn't snobbery, it's a natural divergence of interests, a sign that his mental and spiritual landscape has expanded beyond the ordinary. Furthermore, you will notice that people often seek your advice, even if you don't actively offer it. Your calm demeanor, your thoughtful responses, and the quiet confidence you project will draw others to you, seeking guidance and perspective. This isn't just about your intelligence. It's about the sense of stability and wisdom that your powerful aura communicates. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, renowned for his method of questioning and his pursuit of truth, became a mentor to many simply by virtue of his commitment to self-knowledge and intellectual integrity. Your powerful aura, born from similar dedication, will naturally position you as a source of quiet authority and reliable counsel. Imagine you're at work or in a study group. Even if you're not the designated leader, people instinctively turn to you when problems arise or when they need a clear-headed assessment. You might find colleagues or peers approaching you in quiet moments, asking for your opinion on personal dilemmas or career choices. They might not even be able to articulate why they trust your judgment, but the energy you radiate, the calm certainty in your being, inspires confidence. This is the subtle influence of a powerful aura, a magnetic pull towards the inner strength you have cultivated. It is a testament to the fact that when you truly embody wisdom, it becomes perceptible, drawing others towards its light. A truly powerful aura means you'll increasingly feel a sense of detachment from outcomes. This isn't apathy, it's a profound understanding that your worth isn't tied to external validation or fleeting successes. You've learned that true mastery lies in the effort, in the journey, not just the destination. This mindset, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, particularly in the teachings of Epictetus, allows you to act with conviction and purpose without being swayed by the inevitable ups and downs of life. He taught that we should focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, our actions, our character, and release attachment to what is not. Your powerful aura, therefore, is a reflection of this inner freedom, this liberation from the tyranny of external opinion. Consider a young entrepreneur committed to building a business that genuinely serves a need. He pours his heart and soul into his work, not for the accolades or the quick profit, but because he believes in his vision and the value he can create. When faced with setbacks, he doesn't crumble. He learns, adapts, and continues. This detachment from immediate results allows him to persevere where others might quit. His calm resolve, born from this inner philosophy, radiates outwards, making him appear unflappable. This isn't a performance. It's a natural byproduct of a mindset that values effort and integrity above all else. Another compelling sign is that your internal compass, your intuition, becomes exceptionally strong. You'll find yourself relying less on external advice and more on your inner knowing. This isn't stubbornness, but a profound trust in the wisdom you've cultivated through self-reflection and experience. Carl Jung himself stressed the importance of the unconscious mind and its signals, often referring to intuition as a function of perceiving possibilities. When your aura is powerful, it means you've spent significant time listening to your inner voice, discerning its subtle messages from the clamor of external noise. For a young man trying to make critical life decisions, choosing a career path, selecting a partner, or facing a moral dilemma, this sharpened intuition is an invaluable asset. Imagine a situation where everyone around you is offering conflicting advice about a major life choice, perhaps moving to a new city for an opportunity. While others might become paralyzed by indecision, your powerful aura means your intuition will guide you towards the path that resonates most deeply with your true self, even if it defies conventional logic. This inner clarity becomes a beacon, cutting through confusion and doubt. Furthermore, you'll discover that you have an uncanny ability to see through pretense and superficiality. Falsehoods and insincerity will become immediately apparent to you, almost instinctively. This isn't about being cynical. It's about having developed a profound sense of discernment, a sensitivity to authenticity. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, though often misunderstood, spoke of the importance of living authentically, of creating one's own values rather than passively accepting those imposed by society. Your powerful aura means you've embraced this authenticity within yourself, and thus you can readily perceive its absence in others. Think of it in your day-to-day interactions. You'll encounter individuals who present one face to the world but harbor entirely different intentions. While others might be easily swayed by charm or outward appearances, you'll sense the underlying discrepancy. You might feel a subtle unease, a quiet warning from within. This sharp discernment protects you from being manipulated and allows you to form deeper, more genuine connections with those who are truly aligned with integrity. It's a natural defense mechanism of a soul that has committed to truth. Moreover, your dreams will often become more vivid, symbolic, and insightful. This is a direct reflection of your heightened connection to your unconscious mind, a realm Carl Jung considered the source of profound wisdom and archetypal patterns. As your conscious mind becomes more integrated and harmonious, your unconscious mind communicates more clearly, offering guidance and insights through the language of dreams. For young men seeking to understand themselves and their place in the world, paying attention to these nocturnal messages can be a powerful tool for self-discovery and growth. Your powerful aura signals a deep inner dialogue. Consider keeping a dream journal. You might start noticing recurring themes, symbols, or even direct answers to questions you've been grappling with in your waking life. Perhaps you dream of overcoming an obstacle or of discovering a hidden talent. These aren't just random neurological firings. They are the whispers of your deeper self, guiding you towards your true potential. By nurturing this connection, you tap into a wellspring of personal wisdom that is uniquely yours, strengthening your inner resolve and guiding your path forward. This rich inner life is a hallmark of a truly powerful aura. You'll also find that you have a striking ability to remain calm amidst chaos. While others might be swept away by panic or distress, your powerful aura allows you to maintain your composure, offering a steady presence in turbulent times. This isn't a forced act of bravery, but a natural outcome of having cultivated inner peace and resilience. The ancient Roman philosopher Seneca, a leading figure in Stoicism, frequently emphasized the importance of mastering one's emotions and finding tranquility within, regardless of external circumstances. Your calm demeanor, therefore, is a testament to your success in this profound endeavor. Embrace this journey, for it is uniquely yours. Let the power of your aura guide you, attract those who truly belong in your orbit, and illuminate your path forward. Remember, your strength is not a burden to be hidden, but a light to be fully unleashed. Step into your greatness, young man, and let your powerful aura reshape your world.